12 Futurecast.
Well, the change has started over to snow for at least some of us. Let's take a look right now at live Pinpoint Doppler 12, and you can see a dividing line between the blue and the green almost right along I-95. And we have been getting reports, especially here in northern Rhode Island up towards Cumberland, that some of the snow is sticking. Other areas in places like North Smithfield, where Susan Campbell just was, it's still rain mixing with some snow and sleet, so taking a little while to completely change over. In Providence, it appears we're trying to wobble back and forth between the rain and the sleet. And areas to the south and east, especially Jamestown, Newport, New Bedford, we are primarily rain. So we're going to take you into 3 o'clock this afternoon, still snowing mixed with sleet. Here north and west of 295 Providence, we could still be hanging on to some rain and sleet. Watch what happens, though. By 5 p.m., some milder air kind of punches into play. So even in areas where it's been snowing and sleeting for a good part of the afternoon, north and west of 295, you may go back over to rain or just some sleet, and that could create a messy situation with some icy roads. Obviously, we don't want that moisture freezing on the road. So something to really keep in mind if you're traveling to the north and west of Providence today. Providence at this point probably back to plain old rain, and of course the coast will stay plain old rain through most of this event. This is midnight. Notice how the rain starts to exit, and I do see pretty much all of us getting one final burst of snow, even down towards the south coast. You'll be fair game for this, so Newport, Jamestown, even into New Bedford. I'm talking a really quick burst, so likely no accumulations at the coast. But again, into northern Rhode Island will add to the several inches of snow that we already have. Providence, probably not going to see that much in the way of accumulation, if any, today, because temperatures staying just above freezing. Here's the good news. By 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, this thing is out of here, so it should be a decent day for Thanksgiving. In terms of travel today, anything between the yellow and red light, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll give you the yellow light, and then the red light between 6 and 9 p.m. Even though many of us going back over to rain at this point, you know, you combine the rain with some snow already on the ground, especially in northern Rhode Island, not a great evening to travel. We take you outside to Pasco. We have seen some snowflakes, and yes, some of these snowflakes are actually sticking. You can see a nice little decorative coating there on the ground. I think Danielle North likes to see that. And as we take you over to the URI campus, you can see people with the umbrellas, primarily rain here right now from that time lapse. And in Providence, I have been getting some reports, at least down towards the Warwick area, of some pellets. Right now I'm seeing primarily raindrops. Temperature is 36. Winds are out of the north at 14 miles an hour. And look at these temperatures. 34 in Smithfield, 36 in Providence. That's why it will be hard for a lot of the snow to actually stick to the ground. But for places like Smithfield, out towards Foster, North Foster, that temperature dips right around the freezing mark or below. That's when we could have some of that snow sticking to the road, and also a concern of some ice on the road. So keep in mind if you're traveling, keep that in mind if you're traveling in that direction. A wind advisory, that starts this afternoon. It lasts through the overnight hours. Could see some gusts of around 50 miles an hour. That's for our coast, the Massachusetts coast, and Cape Cod. You could just see how big the storm is. Center of low pressure still is offshore from the Carolinas. As that pushes towards us, it strengthens, but it also brings in some milder air. That's why we have the more limited accumulation showing up on the map. So no accumulations here for the south coast. From Providence, essentially up and down 95, about a coating to an inch of snow, and 1 to 3 north and west of 295 in places like Cumberland, Woonsocket. If you are traveling into Worcester County, Massachusetts, or western Massachusetts, that's where we could see anywhere between 6 inches or a foot of snow. So that will be the most difficult travel spot today. And in the 7-day Futurecast, you could see anything that's around tomorrow morning exits quickly. So by tomorrow afternoon, 39 degrees, Danielle. Weekend looks okay, with temperatures in the low to mid 40s. So for most of the area, not a huge snow accumulator. Of course, you can take the forecast with you. If you're doing your pre-Thanksgiving travel, you can download that to your iPhone and your Android phone. Just download that from WPRI.com.
All right, thank you so much, Pete.
Yep.
And now here's a quick look at what we're working on for Eyewitness News, starting live at 5 tonight. All eyes on the roadways as Thanksgiving travelers brave those difficult driving conditions. Some local communities, as Pete was just discussing, gearing up for potential snow removal.